During the reinforcement learning step of RLHF, we point a powerful optimizer at a reward model and say, go maximize this score. And it will. It will find every crack, every quirk, every weird phrasing that scores absurdly high while reading like broken nonsense. Left unchecked, the model wanders away from real language entirely, gaming the reward into gibberish that a human would hate. So what stops it? A single, elegant term called the KL penalty, the leash that keeps the whole thing sane and fluent. Let's break it down. So why not just maximize the reward and be done? Here is the danger side by side. Point the optimizer purely at the reward score and it eventually cheats. The reward model is only an imperfect proxy for human taste, so a strong optimizer exploits its blind spots, producing repetitive, degenerate text that scores brilliantly and reads terribly. This is reward hacking, and left alone it wrecks the model, dragging it far from coherent language into whatever quirk maximizes the number. Instead, we optimize the reward minus a penalty for drifting too far. The model is still rewarded for higher scores, but punished the moment it strays from sensible language. So it improves on human preferences while staying anchored to the fluent, coherent behavior it already had. That single subtraction is what makes reinforcement learning here stable instead of chaotic. The reference it stays close to is simply the frozen supervised checkpoint the tuning began from. So how does this guardrail actually work? Follow the loop one piece at a time. Start with the goal. During reinforcement learning, the policy is nudged to produce responses the reward model scores highly. On its own, that pressure is exactly what tempts the model toward exploiting the reward and chasing high scores at any cost. Now measure the drift. At each step we compute the KL divergence, a precise measure of how far the tuned model's output distribution has moved from the frozen reference, its supervised starting point. The bigger that gap, the more the model has strayed from its original self. Because that reference is held fixed, it is a reliable ruler to measure against. Here is the key move. We subtract that drift from the reward. So the model earns the reward score, but pays a tax that grows the further it wanders from its original sensible self. Score high all you like, as long as you stay close to home. The result is a balanced objective. The model improves on human preferences yet stays tethered to fluent language, unable to run off and exploit the proxy without paying for it. That balance is the whole trick, and it directly limits how badly the reward can be over-optimized. Strip it down and 3 ideas make the penalty essential. It penalizes drifting from the frozen reference model. The KL term measures the gap between the tune policy and its untouched starting point, and charges the model for every step it takes away from that anchor. It stops reward hacking and keeps output fluent. By capping how far the policy can move, it directly limits over-optimization, so the model improves on preferences without collapsing into the degenerate, repetitive text that games the proxy. A coefficient, usually called beta, tunes how tight the leash is. Too weak and the model reward hacks and degrades. Too strong and it barely changes at all because it is not allowed to move, so getting beta right is a real tuning decision. In practice, teams sweep a few values and watch both reward and sample quality. Alright, let's lock in what matters. The KL penalty is a term added to RLHF's objective that keeps the tuned model from drifting too far from its original self. It works by measuring the KL divergence from a frozen reference model and subtracting that drift from the reward the optimizer chases. That guardrail is what keeps RLHF stable and fluent, directly limiting the reward hacking that an unconstrained optimizer would inevitably fall into. The same anchoring shows up implicitly in DPO, where a reference model plays the role, and tuning its beta coefficient balances, improving against staying sane. Curious how these alignment pieces fit together? We unpack exactly that over at standarity.com. Come take a look.